Peace, family. We got some breaking news to tell you. There's been an active shooter incident is happening in Annapolis, Maryland, where it's like 30 miles outside of where I am in Bowie, Maryland. But I'm going to go ahead and play this video, and I'm going to have a continued coverage of the situation in Annapolis, Maryland. So here it is.
Trying to get toward that scene.
Well, Jeff, even now, I mean, the first reports that I have seen of this situation came in at about 2:43. So even now, about 40 minutes later, police still rushing down there. We've seen 3 crews drive by us, 3 patrol cars drive by us, lights and sirens on blast, and that's backing up traffic. So, again, we don't quite have eyes on this scene yet because we're still en route. But when you say there's as many as 40 police cars possibly parked there, I can very much believe that. We've seen, like I said, 3 go by us. I've also seen videos that other people have posted on Twitter showing just that massive police response. So when we get down there, when we have eyes on this scene, we will, of course, send back some pictures and can better tell you at that point. But as far as we know, this is still an active and this is an ongoing investigation.
Okay, Kimberly, stay with us. We're being told the media staging area is about 5 blocks from there, also on Bestgate Road. Anne Arundel police are, as you mentioned, calling it an active shooter situation. The public affairs officer is on the scene. Mike Helgren is also gathering information. We're going to go to him now with what he knows. Mike?
Jessica, just a chaotic scene. A lot of people are very concerned in the mall, a very busy area here. And as you said, police just tweeted out that they still consider this an active shooter situation with that staging area on Bestgate Road. Massive police presence, several victims. We don't know the extent of their injuries. We don't know the motive behind what happened at this point. But a huge police response as they headed to the scene, just less than an hour ago as this all has unfolded here.
Okay, and we do know, again, if you are just joining us, just to kind of reset the scene for you, multiple people we have heard have been shot inside of a building that houses the Capital Gazette newspaper, which is owned by the Baltimore Sun. At this point, we do not know how many victims. We have heard reports that there are a handful. We did show you the choppers headed out of there carrying some of the victims, we believe. At this point, it's too soon to say exactly what is going on. We're waiting for confirmation from police. What we are learning is that ATF is also on the scene. Witness reports are saying that there was an active shooter, and the police department is confirming that it was, in fact, an active shooter. Mike and Kimberly are both on their way to the scene. We know that the staging area is about 5 blocks from where the shooting occurred on Bestgate Road. And if you look, there is a very heavy police presence around that area. So if you are nearby or you know someone nearby, you're urged to just avoid the area as police continue this investigation and get those potential victims out of the building as quickly as possible. Denise is joining me now. Kimberly, are you still with us?
Yes, I am.
Okay, describe if people are just tuning in, where you are, what you are hearing.
Well, we're still about 10 minutes out. We have been on our way down to Annapolis since we got the first reports of a possible active shooter situation. But as we were talking about a few minutes ago, there is a heavy police presence there. That's backed up traffic. And if you give me 1 second, I'm actually going to pull up some information I just found about road closures, because it is about that time where people are going to be getting off work, and something to know. Police activity closing down Defense Highway and MD 178. That's because this is still, as we've said, this is an ongoing investigation. Police are on scene after reports of an active shooter in the Capital Gazette building. We are still working to confirm a lot of details at this point. The initial reports that I have heard from sources, and again, I'm still working to confirm, is that this is an active shooter situation, 1 person inside with a shotgun, and as many as 4 victims. So we are still on our way down there. There's a lot of unanswered questions at this point that we hope to learn more from police as their investigation continues. And as soon as we have more information, Jessica, we will be bringing that to you live.
All right, Kimberly, thanks so much.
Okay, if you just joining us, there's been an active shooter in Annapolis, Maryland, which is not 15 miles outside of where I am right now. a person came in there and opened fire. It's at a newspaper. There's multiple victims. There's reports on casualties that's involved right now. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to play this continuing coverage of the video, and I will keep you posted on any more of the situation. But here's the continued coverage of the situation in Annapolis, Maryland.
I also want to bring up, we're following, Baltimore Sun is our media partner here at WJZ, and we're following several tweets and reports on social media. One from Jean Marbella saying, keep our colleagues in your thoughts, please. Everyone is in the news gathering phase at this point, and we don't want to report anything incorrectly, but we can verify that there was an active shooter and victims.
What we can absolutely verify is what police have told us, which is indeed an active shooter, which as far as we know, the situation has not been contained. Again, as Jessica mentioned, we get a lot of our information when it's breaking this quickly from Twitter, and we do have some tweets we will share with you. The police themselves, now here are some of them. We have Anthony Messenger. He is again confirming active shooter, 888 Bestgate Boulevard, which is the building that houses the Capital Gazette.
And he reportedly was an intern inside of the building.
So here we have Justin Fenton, who says the Baltimore Police Department at Baltimore Sun for precautionary sweep because the Sun owns the Capital Gazette. Obviously, you form a conclusion this could have to do with newspapers. Cody Bottler, the Baltimore Sun building is now on lockdown. He is safe. As far as I know, there is no active threat in Baltimore. Police are doing the very right thing, being extremely cautious because there is indeed an active shooter at the Capital Gazette building, and it houses a newspaper. It only makes sense to make sure the Baltimore Sun is contained. Again, the Sun says investigating reports of an incident at the Capital Gazette building in the 800 block of Bestgate Road in Annapolis, and they too will share details as soon as they are confirmed. At this point, the only way we can confirm information, unless it is seen by our reporters or other reporters who are on the scene, is through the police and the officials who are in charge of the investigation. But sadly, we do know that there have been people who have been injured.
Right.
The conditions of those people, we don't know.
Right, and we did see those medevac helicopters. We also can see a video, and we will try to get that for you as well, of people walking out of the Capital Gazette building in Annapolis with their hands up. They are being evacuated. Also, some reports that SWAT was there trying to get people out of the building as quickly as possible. We had preliminary reports saying that there may be one gunman. At this point, again, not confirmed. So we're waiting for that information as well.
I'm sure in a building of that size, until the police have absolutely contained the situation, they're not going to jump to any conclusions in terms of how many shooters, etc. At this point, they're doing the right thing, emptying the building of everyone that they can empty it of, making sure that the people who are there and are okay are out.